Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Twilight Council. I'm joined by Andrew Kibblesdun, my best friend.
And you're Adrian. Forgot to introduce yourself, man.
I'm Adrian Harris.
Some terrible manners.
IGN Goliath. Brood War fighting. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, man. You know, a little bit lonely, of course, because Kevin and Tim are at Dice, but you just call me your best friend, so I'm feeling pretty good. We had Indian food and wine last night. You know, it's been fun. How about you, Adrian? How are you?
I'm good. While the cat's pajamas is away, the mice will play. I ran 18 hours of qualifiers yesterday. That Indian food was right before the Korean qualifier, which started at 9. I started at 6 a.m.
Oh,
it was
goodness.
a fun time. But
I don't know how you showed up to work this morning, really.
I don't, because I was so excited about this. But Andrew, our first topic for the day is MKP. This is actually, it's not really a news item. Most of the talk about Codas was MVP dropping out. But you're excited about looking at MKP's record. Why were you?
Well, MKP, he's been doing incredibly well. He's the only player now who has consistently stayed in GSL every single season. Of course, MVP will have an opportunity to requalify and therefore never miss a GSL, a lot like other players that we've seen, such as Nesty, for example. But, it says a lot about how he's potentially one of the best players in the world. I
would actually say that that makes him the most dominant Wings of Liberty player. I know MVP won 4 straight GSLs, and that's a huge thing. But in that GSL format, toughest pool in the world, never dropping out, I think is a huge accomplishment and makes it so that he's really the Wings of Liberty player. MVP may have been the best Wings of Liberty player, but MKP is the Wings of Liberty, diehard, who I'm going to think of.
As seen in that video there with his incredible control of single Marauder units, or, in the past when he used to just really play with Marines and, kind of stumbled on that name. But he is a really, really good player. But at the same time, I want to argue that you got GSL, Code A, Code S, staying in it, very difficult, without a doubt. No, but you take a look at other tournament formats. Compare it to MLG, for instance. They had their pool play. And a lot of people actually criticized the pool play. If you fell out of it, well, good luck falling out of it. It was really easy to stay in. Now, GSL isn't anything like that. That's an extremely exaggerated version, but what I want to get at is how difficult it is. If you fall out of pool play, to make it through like an MLG open bracket is just terrifying. And GSL is equally as difficult. It's really, really scary to make it back. And, you get a player like Nesty who has also not missed a single GSL season. To me, that is even more impressive, that you can be knocked out and immediately re-qualify and not miss a beat. Especially with the altering formats there where, GSL being in it is very Code A, Code S, a lot of preparation. I know we were talking about this in the past. And then you look at, your Code B, it's kind of just like steamroll through opponents.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to 2 formats, that open bracket style Code B qualifier, and then the preparatory style in Code A, where you know about your matches a week or so before you can do all this stuff. And MKP, you don't think of him as the player that excels in preparation, or maybe it's that people can't prepare against him. Maybe his style is just defies description, and you can't prepare against him.
Say a little more of that, yeah.
So, but in that format, he has exceeded. And so, we're not going to call him the best player outright, but I think that's a huge milestone for him. And I really congratulations, MKP. And we're looking to see you come back, MVP. We want it. Our next topic, actually, it just wrapped up. IPL Dice.
I know you guys have seen this footage so much.
IPL Dice, the car driving around.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that. When Rudy described him, I was excited. But Lucifron just took out Scarlet 3-0. Well, it was really 2-0 because he had the advantage going into the series from the winners bracket. What did you think about Lucifron's play in the tournament?
Lucifron looked extremely impressive, without a doubt. I was stunned how easily he handled Scarlet. 3-0 in the grand finals? Are you serious? With how good of a fight she put up, or excuse me, I should say Illusion put up, but Scarlet winning that set, of course. I don't know, I really thought Scarlet would make it much more difficult than that. Lucifron playing his A game there versus Zerg today.
Yeah, and it really was A game. I think that Lucifron came at it with, just dynamite play, and Scarlet's play was sort of what we expect about Scarlet, something that would, get her an all-kill and IPTL contender, just like, I'm going to spread my creep, I'm going to be super aware, I'm going to get Brood Lords fast, I'll make up for any early deficits by getting Brood Lords fast enough and microing them and making sure the Brood Lords work.
Yeah.
But Lucifron just didn't let that happen. He kept pushing his advantages.
He did.
The one game Illusion won against Scarlet was the game where he steamrolled his advantage, his early game advantage. He steamrolled it on Ohana to take out. But about Illusion, I thought Illusion performed really well.
I was extremely happy with Illusion's performance.
He's been,
very impressed.
Jedi battle meditating in Korea.
Let's say at the same time, Grubby, although not doing as well, definitely, he's been playing a lot of HOTS lately, and there's something else, but it's actually slipped my mind. So, but yeah, a shout out to Illusion and Grubby. I mean, Grubby getting knocked out without really taking a game, which was a little bit upsetting. But the guy, he plays nothing but StarCraft. He literally won't play other games. So, and then Illusion, I can't say enough, man. Blown away.
Yeah. I really wish Violet had been able to show up, so we could have gotten the Violet Lucifron final. But it was an even player pool. It was a great mixture of players. I love the double elimination, format. It was cool to see how it shook out. Yep. I wish we had seen Scarlet Grubby. We should just have. I think we've got like 30 more minutes in the venue. We should call them and be like, set it up.
That show match.
Make it happen.
The match you wish you could have seen.
Yeah. So I make sure you check out those VODs if you haven't. I think we'll be rebroadcasting sometime in the next couple of days. So check that out. Our next topic, the Blizzard alternate reality game. I think we're gonna pull it up on the screen here. So Tim, you haven't seen this. It's
not my name, by the way, but I miss him too dearly.
Sorry, Tim Andrew. Pull up the computer screen real quick. Though I do love Razer. Quantic Illusion, sponsored by Razer. So here's we're going into Project Blackstone.
Now I've never seen this before, and I actually
hacked the source code myself. I looked in the source code and I ran the the hex code and did all the cryptography and ran MS Pro DWiz.
Was there really cryptography involved with this?
There's actually
that was one of the career paths that I was really interested in when I was younger.
No, I've been involved with ARGs. They're ARGs, alternate reality games. I was involved with the Portal 2 one. I've been on a lot of the wikis. I don't really I'm not the person. I just like the story of how it's solved, so I read about it after it's been solved. And
so in complete layman's terms, I just qualified in the Bronze League of AGS.
So there are programs.
ARGs, excuse me. Explain this to me.
So basically, there's a bunch of different tools out there for decoding common ciphers, common cryptographic means. And basically clues get dropped. So basically what they do is, let's say a mysterious video gets posted, and you run something that looks at all of the gray colors in the video, and there can be hidden images in that, and inside the images there's text, and inside the text there's a cipher, and then the cipher points you to a new website. This one isn't all that complicated yet, but we'll see. Basically what it gives you is it takes you into a page. It's sort of like an email system. This is kind of like, when you're in a computer in a video game. This is basically what it is. There's some cool art here. Looks like some larva, or maybe it's something more than
that's
a larva.
That's a larva being made into a baneling. See, I know StarCraft, so I know that.
I don't know, but yeah, there's a letter here.
Purple banelings.
Links to Twitter and Facebook. That's breaking my immersion right now, really. But there's not much else
you
here.
Want to be in your alternate reality.
But this is going to be my new inbox.
Bringing you back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Project Blackstone.
Terrible. The
new email service from Blizzard. Blizzard is launching an email service.
You know doctors?
Yeah,
Dr. Any doctors in
Ranamore of
my address
Core
book.
Hall. Both my parents are doctors. Yeah, so I do. They're not StarCraft 2 doctors. But yeah, this is really cool. I really hope something comes of it. Tim, Andrew, I keep calling you Tim. This is terrible. This is terrible.
I said I miss him too, man. But you know what? You have to call me Kevin once at least to balance it out, because otherwise, when Kevin gets home, you're gonna get caught in a mousetrap, man. Yeah. So Kevin, what do you hope comes out of this? What are you thinking they're gonna at least waited a second? I honestly, oh man. I just don't know enough about ARGs. What's an end result look like?
It's a marketing plan. It's literally just a interactive marketing treasure hunt
for their hardcore audience. Then
so maybe it's something having to do with Blizzard All Stars, something having to do with Heart of the Swarm, something having to do with their Project Titan. It's probably Heart of the Swarm, but yeah, they're probably gonna leak.
Smart maneuver.
It'll probably be like a side part of the campaign, maybe it'll be a secret mission in the campaign or something like that ties in this. It's gonna be really cool.
It would be sweet.
Next topic.
Speaking of sweet things,
Twitch Turbo.
Oh yeah.
You can now buy.
I love it.
You can now
Love
buy
the idea.
for $8.99 on Twitch. No ads on the whole site. It really gives an option for the people who want to use ad block, who don't like the ads popping up all the time, the volume problems, to give back to Twitch and give back to the community, give back to the streamers that they're watching.
Now you can avoid watching ads without killing esports. You know, being literally a slave of esports is what you are if you use ad block, and now they have a viable option for that. And I hope to see them take it a step further. This is monetization of opportunities that are presented to them to unlock things that there are other means to access. So, you know, right now you can use they're basically things that already exist, and they're saying, why don't we make this possible for anyone and just charge a little bit of money for it? And so they're doing it here with this the ad program. And what I really want to see them do is take it a step further. One of the things that always upset me, you know, when I was streaming, I didn't stream all the time, and I'm not a huge top-level, you know, huck or anything like that. So my viewers typically were like in the 50 range. And so when I was streaming my games, I always hated it when someone had to come in and they were like, your stream lags for me, the quality's too high. And I'll tell you, I would have paid some money a month just so that I could cater to those people, so that I could broadcast in multiple qualities. But unfortunately right now, the way Twitch has it set up is you have to be partnered with them in order to do that. And I think they have a great opportunity here to maybe even expand on their Turbo program, have it like a Turbo Plus, and now you can, I mean, more monetization opportunities. I love what Twitch is doing with this. It's a step in a right direction. And,
I hope
really
they keep the levels sort of simple. I don't want to see, you know, one of those like 12 levels of different like things that unlock. But hey, the free-to-play model is super popular. Free-to-play Twitch.
$15 a month, and I can make somebody else get an ad at a random time?
Yeah. The other thing I want to point out with this is they've contacted us. This doesn't affect our ad revenue at all. You know, all the we still got to get all the money for ads, though it will. We're yet to see how it affects subscriptions, because if you can get like a general site subscription.
They said 90% of their subscriptions, actually, people do it just because they want to support the individual or the company that they subscribe to. They don't do it specifically to avoid ads. It was like 8% of people actually gave that as the sole reason, technically.
Yeah.
There was some wording there that was, you know, the sole reason I got it was to remove ads versus the primary reason I got it.
Yeah, and also the HD is still an incentive. That's why I buy subscriptions is primarily to get the HD. So our final topic of the day, we wanted to talk a little bit about all the shakeouts in Code A with LGIM and EG. Did you watch the matches? How did you feel about them?
Yeah, so IM, you know, they had a lot of players qualify for Code A. A lot fell out, but at the same time, you had excellent performances from players like Yoda. Yonghua looked incredible in his series versus Baby from 8th Team. I mean, if you guys want to catch an excellent set that wasn't really highlighted from the Code A matches, that was the one to see.
If you want to see, I really enjoyed Yoda versus Tier on Icarus. That game came down to, I think, an Archon, a Sentry, and a Zealot versus 2 Marauders and a Marine and 2 Medivacs.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of that match, I mean, you have to see that one. It was that's one you have to see. But this was kind of one of the ones that was a little underappreciated. Oh, okay. You know, kind of like J-Dunk's match as well was really, really good. Nice. But you know, at the same time, EG has been having some crazy results lately. I know. Yeah.
EG. Well, the whole issue here is we had EG with 3 players in Code A, and you had LGIM with, I think, like 7 or 8 players in Code A, and that's a huge feat. Getting that many players to the qualifiers, getting that many players into that bracket start, but then all of them fell out except for Yoda and Yonghua. But at the same time, both of these teams are really successful teams, and they're getting new sponsors. You can see up now, Razer is now sponsoring EG. And LGIM just got ASRock, or it's probably ASRock. I would bet ASRock.
Yeah.
As a new sponsor. So
definitely ASRock.
So even though their performance hasn't been great, Alex Garfield said that it really doesn't. No one's ever berated him about players not performing. They got their name out a lot. The fact that we were talking about how many players there were of those teams in the Code A, I think.
We talked about it on our last Twilight Council episode, that quote from Mark Faraz where he said, EG is basically a marketing company that pours their money into esports. It's not an untrue statement. And that's why they are able to put so much into esports, is because they are a marketing company and they do it fantastically well. And they're passionate about what their players do.
And LGIM is one of the Korean teams that's picking up on that model.
Yeah.
They can't be a Kespa team. They don't have that. I mean, they have LG as a huge flagship sponsor, but they have to keep that sponsor. And so Harai has been posting a lot. He's gotten us all to, the post on the LGIM Facebook story, which you should do if you haven't. Post on the LGIM the LG Korea page and post about how much you enjoy their sponsorship of IM. And they also got this new sponsor. He's really working it. He's turning that team into a
it was kind of funny reading
Korean
the comments
marketing
on that. A lot of people were, oh, this is ridiculous. You should be able to generate this on your own. But honestly, that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, the people who are going to respond to this in a positive manner are people that are huge fans of IM. They're the fan base that they've built up, and he's capitalizing on that. And the people that write the hate are the people who are not going to. And well, that's exactly how business works.
I think I posted
people that
3
like
times.
you help you and buy your products and stuff.
I think I posted 3 times.
Yeah, like
I'm a huge fanboy. And if it had been any Korean team, if it had been Startail, if it had been anyone telling it, but he was the one who had the gumption to say, to ask for something from the esports community.
I don't disagree with you on that one. I think that's perfectly fine.
It's a real feel-good story.
Mwah.
I feel great about myself. I hope you
I'm
feel
excited
great about
for
yourself too. Andrew.
Kevin to come home.
Andrew, I hope you feel great about yourself. Okay, that's going to be our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all of the DICE content we produced today. Make sure to check out our Plays of the Day, our daily news on our IGNProLeague YouTube. You can check out all our content at ign.com/IPL. Thank you very much. Have a good night.